This video is for every lady out there. At that moment it happens, you've actually compared yourself to that lady. You're in a room and all of a sudden somebody walks in and it looks as if that person looks better. That inferiority complex steps in and then you start to belittle yourself and the things that you plan to do or you want to do, but because of the presence of this particular person whom you feel is much better and you can't really match up to the person's talent or something, you just give it all up and you decide not to participate in any of it. I'm offering you tips on how you can you fight this strong man called comparison. I call it a strong man because it has taken the best from so many of us, but the fact that you have so much to offer, you have so much to give, you're beautiful, but you are not able to utilize it because you're constantly comparing yourself. You get to meet different people every day whom in your mind is better off than you. Why do I want to be like them? Because it gets to a point where you pray that you wish you were like them. Oh, this lady is so beautiful, I wish I was as beautiful as her. What happened to your own beauty? Your own beauty, did it disappear because this person is in the room now? Oh, did your own talent disappear because this person's talent is visible right now? All of us can never be doing the same thing. We're all here for different purposes. I mean, I was created this way for a purpose, same was she. So please, can you take your time to remind yourself of all the good qualities that you have? I mean, you seem to forget these things at the sight of these people. You see somebody, a lady so talented, maybe has a beautiful body, and all of a sudden all the beauty that you have disappears and you start reminding yourself of all the negative things you've gotten about your body, all the negative feedbacks you've gotten regarding your talent or your beauty. And then that makes you, you sink into your miserable, let's not use that. You sink into a place of, inferiority complex. You start feeling like, I'm not enough. You start living like a second-class citizen, and that affects whatever thing you want to do. It affects your confidence to a point where you shut yourself down because you're not like this person. Comparison kills you, not just physically, kills you mentally. Something happened. I was in a cab the other day and I met this lady. She was sitting beside me actually. Immediately I entered the cab, I perceived something. It was so sweet. I noticed it was coming from her. So I was like, oh, what perfume is that? I love it so much. What's the name? And okay, she told me the name of the perfume. I was like, okay, I'm going to get it. I think you smell so nice. I love it. She said, okay. We're off. So she felt comfortable because, okay, we vibed a little. And then the next day, she was acting restless. I was like, are you okay? She said, I don't know, can I remove my wig? Do you think it's okay to remove it? I mean, I'm feeling uncomfortable. I said, sure girl, you're a beautiful lady. What's wrong with removing your wig? There's nothing wrong. It's looking beautiful. Just remove it if you feel uncomfortable and put it back on when you feel okay. And she removed it and held it. I was just smiling at her and I noticed the discomfort. She was restless. The next thing I heard from her was, oh, this is my synthetic wig. I know you might think that, she was talking down on herself, saying unnecessary stuff about her wig and her clothing. I didn't ask any of that. That wasn't necessary. Why are you telling me that? I had to start talking to her, and I'm sure she's going to watch this video. If you're watching this, girl, I'm rooting for you. I had to start talking to her. Well, don't say that. Are you saying that because you feel like... She was clearly saying that because she felt like I was going to laugh at her or I was better. She felt the need to explain to me why she was wearing the wig like that, why she was wearing a kind of wig like that, why she was dressing, wearing a cheap cloth. I was like, it's not necessary, girl, and why are you doing this to yourself? Did my presence, suddenly make you feel inferior? You don't have to do that. At the end of the day, we're not the same. We can never be the same. That little encounter with her, and I'm happy that I got to speak with her and I got to give her a new perspective when it comes to these things. Contentment. If you're contented, I don't know why you would compare yourself to a stranger that you meet. You feel like you're beautiful, and all of a sudden somebody's presence makes you feel like, okay, well, I want to be like that. And all of a sudden you delete every idea in your head that you are beautiful, and suddenly you hate yourself, and boom, you want to be like this person. That encounter made me, this is not the first time it's happening. You were so confident before I entered here, so what happened? It's not necessary, girl. Can you stop hurting yourself? I mean, I met this girl and she looked so beautiful in my eyes. I was like, what a pretty lady. I didn't tell her at first. I was like, I don't mean I told you you were beautiful the moment I entered this cab. Would you have said this to me? She just smiled. I was like, it's not necessary saying all of that. Do not look down on yourself. My presence in a room, in the same room with you, doesn't diminish your own beauty. We're all different. We can never be the same. And those of you who are around people who make them feel like that, who constantly compare them to people they've met, the only advice I have to give to you is run away from people who make you feel inferior, who make you feel like you're not enough. If you feel like you're fat, hit the gym. That's a reward. That's for you. You're not doing it for anybody. It is your reward. It is something that you do for yourself because you want to feel good. You don't want to be uncomfortable. If you feel like you love a particular kind of body and you feel like it's achievable, this thing should inspire you. Seeing a lady who is talented, who is beautiful, who is keeping fit, who is working, this thing should inspire you, because for me, when I see these things, when I see ladies who I feel like they're in a place where I want to be in someday, they inspire me. What I tell myself is, okay, they inspire me to want to work hard, put some work, because I also want to be in that position where, I inspire others. Instead of you to feel jealous or feel inferior or start feeling down, the best thing you could do yourself is get the motivation there. Okay, their presence should make you know that this is achievable, this is possible, and not the other way around. Okay, let me tell you the truth. Let's twist this around. Most of these ladies that you want to be like, they also want to be like somebody else. Most of the times they want to be like you, but you don't know because nobody says any of that. But to the ladies who feel so inferior when another lady who they feel is more beautiful, more talented, more this, more that, walks into a room, I encourage you today to kill that comparison. You don't need to compare yourself to anybody. We can all be doing the same thing. We're here for different purposes, and the moment you have that sticking into your head, the moment when you see something, just admire and focus on the goal. Okay, I'm hoping that this little pep talk would encourage you next time you see it and you want to start telling yourself, oh, this lady is so pretty, I wish I could be like her, and then you start looking at yourself, oh, look at me, I'm not. Just get into your head, we're not the same. We can never be. We can only be better versions of ourselves. I can't be like her. And then remind yourself of all the good qualities, all the things you've achieved, all the things you've done, and the things you're yet to do. Because girl, you're not here for nothing. You've got plans, right? Thank you so much for listening. I'm your Benela, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment.